Okay, welcome you to Karen Citizen TV, episode 2 of our discussion. And today we're going to be discussing about visa issuance. And it's not limited to only the state of Kuwait, but to other countries. I remember in 2011, I was traveling to China, and the idea was to go and teach or as an English teacher in China, but I was offered a visit visa. And so when I go to China, I was told I cannot change that visa because it's only for a visit, and I have to go back and get the correct or the right visa to return and teach in China. And that's exactly what is happening to most people who want to travel. You don't get the right information. People tell you I can give you visa to other countries, to Germany, Europe, wherever, France, US, UK. You just people are like, I just need visa to get out of my country. But the thing is, if you just acquire a visa, not knowing the status of your visa, if someone tells you you can just travel with a visitor visa or a tourist visa, and when you get to the country you can just change it, it's not possible. Maybe it might have worked in the past, but now it's not possible. And so we're going to be discussing about visa today, and we're not going to limit it to only the state of Kuwait. Maybe it will cut across, but the emphasis will be more on Kuwait. And we are so privileged to have our brother Karim, the CEO of Karim Citizen TV. Just like we started yesterday, we're going to be discussing visa issuance, the right visa you need to visit a particular country, as to whether you're going as a tourist or a visitor or to work. If you are going to work, what kind of visa do you need? If you're going as a tourist, what visa do you need? If you are going as a visitor, or to visit your family, what kind of visa do you need? And so he will be educating us. But since he has been in this country for a couple of years, he's more acquainted and informed about the visa issues in this country. So we will narrow it down to the state of Kuwait. And so, brother, you're welcome to the studios of Current Citizens TV.
Thank you, DJ Mike.
How have your day been?
Good, as usual. This is Kuwait. Cool and wait.
Perfect. Cool and wait. I like that. I was told that the meaning of the name Kuwait is cool and wait.
Yeah, cool and wait.
Exactly. All right. Yeah. So, thanks so much for taking time out of your heavy schedule to be with us again tonight to discuss about visa issuance in Kuwait. So, tell us, if I want to come to Kuwait, my first time coming to Kuwait, what type of visa do you recommend that I should pursue before coming to this country?
All right. Once again, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to discuss about visa issues to our audience out there. Especially, I always talk when I'm speaking, I mention Africans in Kuwait.
Correct.
Because we are speaking to our people here in Kuwait, how to get a good life, how to get a peaceful mind in Kuwait. Because when you have a problem with your documentation in this country, I don't think you are going to think straight, because you will always be in stress. So talking about you coming from Africa, or coming to Kuwait as a beginner, we have different type of visas in Kuwait, which most people don't know. They just arrive in the country. Most of the people, after they are done with their contract, before they will know the status of their visa. But the visa that will help you to have a peaceful mind in Kuwait, or maybe to secure a job after your contract with your company that brought you to Kuwait, is called Ali visa.
Ali visa.
Ali visa.
Can you explain a little about what Ali visa is all about?
When we talk about Ali visa is a visa which can be transferred anywhere you want to go. It's a type of a visa that if you want to transfer from
one company
to the other, it's very easy.
Okay, that's the Ali. And
Ali
is it?
Visa.
I also know about some numerical visas like 20, 18, and which one? If it is 20, what's the name? If it is 18, what's the name?
Yeah, 20 is 20.
Okay.
Yeah, 20
Now you
is
call
Ali visa.
Ali. So
And
Ali
we
is
have
what?
the gold. We have the gold.
Mhm.
We have the small project. We have the big project. We have the government.
Good. You are now making the discussion very big.
Yeah.
Now, what is small project and what is big project?
All right. So those small projects, most of that visa is a visa that if you want to transfer, you have to transfer it to the same company that have a similar profile as the company that we are living.
That is a small project.
That is a small project. You understand? Because that visa, you cannot change it in a company that have a profile of Ali, or that have a profile of government, or that have a profile of project.
Okay, so this Ali visa, is it a private visa or a government visa?
It's a normal visa. That is not a government visa, but it's a normal visa that if you have that Ali visa, you are free of yourself. It's like you are using a private visa. That is how it is. It's like you are using a private visa, which when you are done with your contract with your company, the visa that you are using, if it's an Ali, it's like you are on your own.
Okay, so that is 18.
That is 18. All the visas are 18. All the visas that I mentioned, all are 18, but it has the category.
Okay, so now I want our listeners to be very clear about this.
Yeah.
I know about 20, and I'm told that the 20 visa is for those domestic workers, our sisters who are in Kadama. How would you distinguish that from the Ali visa? Because I'm made to understand if you have the 20 visa, you are not eligible, of changing it to 18. I mean, how about that? What can you say about the 20 and the 18?
Okay. The 18, like I said, we have different type of 18. Many people are holding 18 visa out there. At the end of the day, they cannot get a transfer. It's very difficult to have a job if you have a small project visa. It's an 18 visa.
Okay, 18 but small project.
Small project.
Okay,
yeah.
That's it.
All those visas that I'm mentioning are 18 visas.
Okay.
But the category of that visa is a small project. You cannot just get a job very simple. Unless maybe that company that you are transferring to has a similar profile with your old company, that person can change it easy for you.
If you talk about similar profile, what does that mean?
Okay, for example, I am holding the company's profile is a small project company.
What is small? What is small project?
Good. For example, I have 2 salons.
Okay, right.
I have only 2 salons, or I have only 3 salons. Okay. My profile is small.
Right.
You understand? My company is not that big company. You understand? So maybe that company that you are working for, you may see it that is a big company, but they have only 1 branch or 2 branches. It's a small project company.
But it's still private.
It's still a private company,
right.
But it's still
small project.
Yeah, small project.
Okay.
So changing that visa to different company, like a company that have a big project, a big profile, now is very difficult.
Okay.
So talking about the 20 visa that we know 10 years back, that 20 visa is issued for house drivers, housemaids, and the people who take care of ships on the desert.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the 20.
That is the 20. It works only in the house. It doesn't
so the 20 visa only works
in the house.
Domestic workers. It doesn't go out.
It doesn't go out.
Okay.
So those days, if you are holding the visa 20, after 8, you have to be indoors.
So if you are holding this domestic visa, which is 20, you cannot be outside after 8 p.m.
Yeah, that was then.
Now
that was then.
Okay.
Before, if you are holding the visa 20, after 8, and police meet you and ask you about your visa status, and you show the 20, they have to call your sponsor.
Okay, why is this
person out? Because
the
person is holding 20 visa, you have to be indoors.
Okay.
You understand? So the government have seen that now you see that they have changed a lot of things, and even which this year they give people opportunity to change the 20 to 18, which has happened.
Yeah, I think I read that
people. Many people have changed it.
Okay.
So visa 20 is a visa that you cannot use it to do anything, but there was opportunity for people to change that 20 to 18. Okay. There was that opportunity, but many people did not know, especially the ladies. Our sisters were the one who used the 20 most often.
For sure.
So what they, I know some people in this country that were holding the 20, but they are now holding an 18, which is even private in their name. How did they do it?
Okay.
There's a question you should ask. I always say you have to know, you have to learn, you have to ask. How did they do it? If you are holding the visa 20 and you get married to someone in this country and the person is holding 18, the person can change that 18 to 22. 22 is for married couples.
Okay.
So if that person get married to you, that person can change his visa from 18 to 22. When you getting your all document properly as a married couple, that person can transfer your visa from 20 to 22.
Now
it takes time.
The discussion is becoming so good. Now I think we would have to set a day for different kinds of visas. Today I think we're just going to be general because you just mentioned marriage visa. You know, covering your spouse, your kids with the particular visa. We would not go into that today because I know that already has its own dynamics, right? So today let's just go generally. Because if the next time you will be telling us how to acquire a family visa, that's a different
topic.
Perfect. So now let's narrow it down to the 20, 22, 18 and how to acquire them.
All right. So how to acquire this visa? For example, let's go to the 20 visa.
Okay.
20 visa is given by a sponsor, like we are in Kuwait, right? Like a Kuwaiti who wants a domestic worker. So the Kuwaiti will not give that visa. The government has allowed the companies to have their own offices in this country who has the right to issue those visas.
Okay.
So in all, you have to get a Kuwaiti in it. So when they issue the visas, they have the visas, they will be looking for domestic workers across. So for example, they get 10 domestic workers from Philippines.
Right.
They have to issue 10 visas for them. When they arrive, they are in their office. Okay? So the Kuwaiti will go to the office. I need a domestic worker. At the office. That place, the Kuwaiti, they will tell you, this is the amount we spend on this domestic worker before arriving here.
So you need to
pay for that money. And this is before you can take the domestic worker. And this is the salary you have to pay the domestic. It's a discussion between the employer and the person who is giving out the employee.
Okay, so is this arrangement still applicable today, or
it's still there? It's still there. When you go to Fahil, you see that big building. We call it the Kadama House.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so
if
you need a housemate, you have to go there.
Yeah, if you go
sign some documents.
Sign some document for them to know that that person is in your care.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if anything, that person can report to the office.
They will be responsible for.
Yeah. So it's still there.
Okay.
So this is how they acquire the 20 visa. So you can see some people just use a strategy to get the 20 visa for people whom the government even don't have idea of. They do not pick them from the office, so you may pass through a lot of stress when you come in without passing through the right channel. You understand?
Okay.
So it's still there. So coming to the rest of the visas, how to acquire the visa 18, how to acquire all the visas are 18 that I've mentioned. How to acquire it? Yeah. Before, you have to get a very good connection through a company.
That's 18.
That's 18.
That early, right?
Early, without a company giving an offer to any agency to employ for them, it's not easy for you to get that 18.
Correct.
Yeah.
Which is transferable.
Yeah. But the problem here is all the visas are 18. But most cannot be transferred. So you, the one coming new, have no idea of the type of visa you are holding. They just give you an entry visa.
But
you will arrive in Kuwait.
But you're still in the name of a particular company.
Yeah, they will give you entry visa. All of us enter in Kuwait through an entry visa. So when you get here, you take your medical steps. When you are done, before they will give you a visa. You understand?
That's your work permit.
Work permit.
Okay.
Before they will give you. So This is the major thing that we want people to understand.
Correct.
The visas that we are using, people are holding visas which are 18. All the visas are 18. I want people to understand clearly. All the visas that we are holding in Kuwait is 18, but it's not in the same category.
Okay, so you could be holding an 18 visa,
Yeah.
but it's not, or it couldn't be transferable.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because I know many people who have been calling, Kareem, I need job, I need job. I first thing I will ask is,
What's the status of your visa?
Yeah. Which type of visa are you holding? The person will be like, I don't know the status of my visa. Okay, I'm holding 18. It's 18, I understand. Which type? Is it government? Is it a project? Is it early? Is it a small project? Is the profile? I just want to know the visa. They don't know.
Okay.
You understand? So in this, people need to know their visa status.
And so now I'm not cutting you short.
Yeah.
But if I'm an African, right, and I'm coming to Kuwait, a company is bringing me in, and they sent me a visa. All I want is to japa from my country So how, as a novice, how would I be able to know the kind of visa I'm having? Or it's not possible until I get here?
You will know it here. You will know it here. Many people arrived, those who have asked many questions before coming. They arrive and they know the status of the visa. They get problems with the company that this is not the type of visa we want, because they have asked a lot of questions before coming. Before, we don't have people for you to ask questions before coming to Kuwait.
Correct.
Now we have everybody we have a lot of people here that you can just contact and know. Let me tell you something. Just recently, a Ghanaian guy called me that he get a job in Kuwait and they want to give a visa. And I said, okay, ask the person who is giving you the visa that what type of visa
are they giving
you? And then, when the guy asks that question, the agent never call again.
Oh, okay.
You understand?
Right.
They can get you any type of visa for you to come here. When you arrive, you are going to pass through stress. Now I think the government have made some things easy for people, and I think most of the visas are being transferable these days.
Right.
Yeah, I think the government is making things soft for people to have a better life in Kuwait, so they are making things soft. But I want people to know the status of their visa. Okay. Ask the agency that is bringing you to Kuwait, the person who is giving you the visa, the status of your visa. Know the status of the visa, because the person that is giving the visa will know the company's profile.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so to add to that, I think I'm gonna ask this question based on an experience. Now, if a company sends you a visa, let's say you are in Ghana, Kenya, Uganda, any of the African countries, and a company sends you a visa, for instance, and you see cleaner on your visa, and then maybe out of curiosity you call your sponsor in Kuwait, then you're already in Africa, right? So you ask, but this is not the visa I actually asked for. Why cleaner? And then they're gonna tell you, oh, it's okay, don't worry, it's just for an entry. The moment you arrive, we're gonna change that for you. Do you think it's possible, or we should actually not respond to some of these? Because I'm saying this out of experience, that I saw cleaner on my visa, and then your sponsor or whoever owns the company tells you, don't worry, it's just for entry. The moment you come, we're going to change it. Is it possible?
Yeah, it's possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
How?
It's possible. I came. My visa was a security visa.
Is this applicable to all kinds of visas, like 2018 early?
Let me tell you. When company is issuing visa, they issue visa based on the space that they have.
Okay.
They want you to come in. They will get you to the right channel, but most of the company, when they are issuing visa, they issue the visa based on the space that they have.
They have, okay.
All right.
So every company has a quota. From government.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So maybe, for example, my company, maybe they want to bring more baristas to Kuwait, right? And maybe their space is full. They have a space of cleaners.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So they will bring them as cleaner and later change to barista.
Okay. So you can come in as a cleaner.
You can come in.
But later they can change
the moment you get to
barista.
Yeah, the moment you get to Kuwait, they have opportunity to change everything.
Okay.
But if you are out there, they just need the visa
For you to come
for you
in.
to come in.
Okay.
So the space that they have is what they will use to issue the visa.
Wow.
But most of the people, if they issue for you as cleaner, maybe they discuss with you that you are coming as a cleaner. So when you arrive here and you see cleaner on your visa, know that that is what you are coming to
That's
do.
what you're coming to
but
do.
if you're telling me I'm coming as a driver and I see cleaner on, it happens to many people.
That's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
Because that's why I said out of experience.
Because
I
see,
know
let me tell you,
people.
most of the companies when they need the people, I'm telling you the reality. Most of the companies, they lie to people.
Sure.
They just want you to come. Just come and work for us. That's what they want. So they will just convince you for you to get in. When you get in, you know they will lock you. You have already locked.
Yeah.
It happens to people when the time we were coming to Kuwait. It's happened to many people.
Right.
You understand? You are coming as this. You are coming as this. But when we arrive here, things change.
Correct.
You understand?
Okay.
So people need to understand these issues in Kuwait, especially here in Kuwait,
All right.
and know everything about Kuwait. It's very important.
All right.
Yeah.
That has been very, very educative. I think this topic is so broad, and we can cover it in just one episode.
Yeah.
The next thing we're going to be talking about is visa transfer, not today. Because there are a lot of people who are having issues with their company.
Yeah.
They've served their company for 3 years, 4 years, 2 years, and they are not able to transfer, you know. And so some of them have to go to their embassies, but the embassies are not able to assist them, you know, or help them to do the right thing.
Yeah.
And so in the next episode, we're going to be discussing visa transfer.
Yeah.
How do I transfer my visa? And if my company or sponsor refuses to release me after the agreed 2 years or 3 years, if they refuse to transfer you, what do you have to do? What steps do you have to take?
Sure.
Which appropriate quarters do I have to go to be able to, you know, sort out this issue? In the next episode, you're going to be discussing that with us, not today.
Sure.
But with today, we thank you so much for speaking about visas, the different type of visas and what we need to know. And so in our next episode, we'll be discussing visa transfer, how to transfer your visa. Thanks so much for coming, and any last word before we wrap up?
All right, what I want people to know is many people, my last word I'm giving to the people out there, all of us are holding visa 18, but the status of the visa are not the same. People have to know that your visa is 18, but maybe it's a small project, maybe it's a big project, maybe it's an alley, maybe it's a gold, maybe it cannot be transferred at all. Some of the visa cannot be transferred at all.
Right. So some are definitely not transferable.
You cannot do anything about it. So what I want people to know, try to know the status of your visa in Kuwait before you take any steps. So I think next time, when we meet again, we will discuss deep about this transfer. That will bring in another topic.
Right.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks so much, Brother Karim, the CEO of Karim Citizen TV. Like he said earlier, we're going to be discussing visa transfer in our next episode. And so we want to say a very big thank you for making time with us. And until we see you in the next episode, stay blessed, and thanks so much for being with Karim TV. Don't forget, follow us on all the social media handles, like and share, and it's going to help all of us. God bless, and bye-bye.